Hey, what's going on, guys? This is fineokay from Monkey Madness, of course, and today I'm going to be bringing you guys a video on the Bumbas slash Bluestone or Bumbas plus Destal, Bumbas plus another starter item start in the solo lane. The reason I'm making this video is because right after I made my video on how to start solo laners, I realized that this start became more popular and I was using it more, and I thought it was actually pretty good, and in certain situations it can be pretty effective. So I figured I felt like I needed to make a video to cover it, considering I didn't really mention it too much in my video that I was making for, how to start every solo laner to help everybody out. So I'm just going to go over it real quick. I'm going to show you, first of all, what it is that you're starting, and then go over some certain scenarios and some advantages to doing this start and some other things. So I'm just going to use Wukong because he's pretty good at doing this start. So you'd start Bumbas Bluestone, of course, and start 3 health pots and a multi-pot. Or you could start 4 health pots, pop your health pot on the buff to make sure you're full health if they have any kill potential on you, and I'll show you what I mean in a second. So I would go this and start 3 health pots, 1 multi-pot, and then of course I'm going to be starting at my buff. And the reason I would do this is if I know that something's at my eye. If I know that they're going to outpush me in solo, say that they're starting 2 there, I can start my buff and try and do it as fast as possible. And by the time they get to my buff, I will have it finished for 1. Or if I know that my jungle is not starting with me, so I won't get pressure. I mean, I could get pressure depending on the matchup, right? But I can just start my buff and let the minions just hit each other, and if he pushes the wave, I won't lose a single minion. Usually you won't lose a single minion. He could freeze the wave, which is possible, but usually you want to push the beginning of the game so you can get some pressure. So he'll push the wave and I can get the entire wave. So that means I'll hit level 2 because I soloed a buff. I'll hit level 2 off 2 minions. That means the second wave that comes, if I killed like 4 minions in that wave, I'll hit level 3, which would be really big. Hitting level 3 before your enemy solo laner is like a big deal a lot of the time. Especially on guys like Wukong, so you can have all of his abilities that proc Bluestone. So yeah, this would be the build. I'm going to go over some certain scenarios and stuff in game, so we'll be right back. Alright, so I'm just in a custom game right now. I'm going to go ahead and pick up the start just against the Thor bot. I'm just going to try and go over a few things and the scenarios. So I'd be going this start, and let's just pretend like either I'm in comms or I can just tell like I'm in a ranked game with somebody. I can just ask like whether they're starting with me. If they say no, or if I just know that they should start mid because they can guarantee pressure in mid and they'll invade off that, I can start this. Now, there is a situation that can happen where if I'm starting my buff right here and the solo laner comes to me, he just comes straight to my buff and just tries to, like, I don't know, stop me, jerk me off while I do it. I'll have to I can either go to the wave and then come back to blue after. Like if I know that he's like guaranteed gonna come over here and try and make sure I don't do it, I can just go to wave and then clear it and then go to my blue, and it wouldn't be that big of a deal. If he still keeps going after you, then I mean, you just keep playing as if you weren't getting your blue. It's not that big of a deal, but he won't get his blue either. But usually you'll be able to solo your own blue. Even if they're pushing, like say there's 2 people here and they're clearing at the tower line, you can still usually clear before they even get here. So like on Wukong, Wukong's really good with this because he has 10-second cooldown on each of his things, but usually you would grab your 2 just because it's a lot faster. Like I can instantly do that, cancel into it, whereas your 1 takes a little bit of time. So let's just time how long this takes. We started at 30 seconds. I'm just autoing the big guy until my 2's back up so I can full clear with that. So like that, perfect timing, it instantly clears the big guy and the 2 smalls, and I heal off of it. Now if somebody was here pushing the wave, so I lost 3 minions here, which if someone is here pushing the wave, I would not have lost a single minion. They would have been low, but I would have been in credit for the one that dies to tower, the one that was super low. So I would have gotten all 6 minions. I would have lost a little bit in gold, but that's not big a deal because I have Bumbas and I soloed my buff. So now, this is the second wave. Usually you would hit 3, but I lost 3 of those minions, right? So like you can tell if I hit even just 1 more minion, I would have hit 3 there. So yeah, that's a really good benefit. Also, in certain matchups, like if I'm playing against Osiris here, say there's an Osiris right here and he's just pushing the wave, and a lot of times Osiris can just destroy a Wukong or pretty much every matchup. If I have Bumbas and I'm level 3, like after I push this wave, I'm already level 3 here, right? I can push this wave, you know, obviously he'll be hitting me and stuff, but I can push the wave. Let's just say I cleared. I can instantly go to, like, obviously Ellie's. I can bird out to Ellie's, or if assuming those are down, usually they are, I can go to back camps, and I can sustain through my Bumbas just on back camps, right? I'm not trying to get like a ton of pressure in solo anyway because it's an Osiris or just a winning matchup for the other person. So I would just like do backs and then you know, aux back to lane, kill all of them. So he's pushing the wave right now. I'm not going to miss a single minion. Even if he wasn't pushing the wave, I'm not going to miss a minion. Maybe I'll miss one. Yeah, I missed one. But that's not big of a deal. I soloed a back camp with Bumbas and like got extra gold and sustained. So like I'm in a good spot. So that's something you could do with this start. Something you should do actually, because you can just ultra farm by doing that. So another thing is, like, since you're going to be soloing, you can solo your buff throughout the game and get extra gold off that and extra sustain throughout the game. Obviously, because you have Bumbas. But another thing you can do is, if somebody you can do this start even if you aren't going to solo your boost. So say you start in lane with like your jungler and you start this build, you could push the wave and then go into their jungle, go to their blue and speed like you would usually do, and you'll clear that so much faster that you could even go to Ellie's and then back to lane. Like, since you both have Bumbas, are getting that extra damage off with the passive of Bumbas, you're gonna be able to clear that so fast that you can get to Ellie's before the next wave even comes, before that second wave even, like, you know, hits. So that's another benefit of it. Also, there's always that situation where like you don't want to take a lot of poke and use your potions. So like, say I get to this blue buff before my jungler, I have to like sit here and wait for him to hit it before me so that he can tank it. So I don't use my I have to like use my pots. But with this, I can just tank it and then he can hit it and just make sure I get the heal instead of him. You know. So yeah, this is a pretty good start in ranked too, because you know, a lot of times you won't be getting your blue at the beginning of the game, but if you start this start and just start at your blue, I mean, you'll get it every time basically. And this just allows you to ultra farm and sustain up and everything like that. So it's definitely a start to consider on certain gods like Wukong, and in certain situations where you know you're getting outpushed, or you just want to outpush super hard and get that extra farm and extra time in the jungle. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I know it wasn't like too long of a video. It wasn't supposed to be. It was just supposed to go over like why I've kind of been doing this a little bit, and I didn't put it in my video. I'm just going to go over a quick example of this. So this was against Noble in our SPL games. Notice I start the buff right away. I'm using my 2. They're clearing at the tower line. This clear isn't that great, Robin Rat. It's not the best clear. There's better, but it's still pretty good. And notice that right when I kill the buff, I get that full heal, so I'm like in a fine spot, and they can't really go on me because they know they have to go to speed, because they need to invade, because they need to make sure they trade even, because you know we were invading on the other side of the map. So yeah, that's just an example of where it could work even in a competitive game. So yeah, see you guys later.